Hello, everybody. We are back with DC versus 1HP. Guys are already picking tanks, and we are ready to go. Dis is back with us.
Yes, I am. Looking forward to another good match.
All right, so looks like the same tank or map bans as before. We're going to be playing Malinovka and hopefully go into Vineyards. The Terran and the Bad Chat were both banned. So,
Tanks no one wants to get hit by.
I mean, I don't know. Ooh, that's an interesting choice
With
right
the
there.
dreadnought,
They 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 banned the tier 10 bat, but they can still play the baby bat at tier 9.
that's true. That's true.
So, I mean, in a way, you still have the bat.
Yeah, pick you apart. It doesn't that alpha isn't quite
It's
respectable,
still
but
pretty good.
6 shots. It'll do the job.
I mean, six
Really,
shots at what, 320? I don't remember, but I mean, it's still gonna put some damage in. It's
absolutely.
still gonna hurt.
Really interesting picks from DC, especially on defense. Now with the sleazy E and the dreadnought. Haven't
The
seen.
Dreadnought has been doing a lot of work.
Has it? Okay.
It's got that 18 stuff, man. It's still gonna splash and hurt you, especially for cap resets.
Yeah. Well, one
We saw
HP is
it come
coming
out
out with
early.
a speed lineup, bringing out the 260s, 3 CSs. My goodness, they're ready to
They're
go.
gonna they're gonna rush somewhere. Is it hill, or do you think they rush down south towards that A cap?
I think they might do a cap rush with that little Vanguard, stick it in that building, and hope and pray, right?
I mean, it worked for SOBR.
It did. But I mean, we say that now, but you could go either way. It's just the only reason I don't think Hill is that the 260s, once you get them up on the hill, they're kind of, I don't know, not a ton of gun depression there. Going to be exposing a lot of lower plate to look at.
It looks like both teams are picked up. We will launch any second. Can we get that sit out?
DC definitely choosing to go more hold down, bringing a couple Valors and a Chieftain, um, giving up the kind of medium mobility that 1 HP is going with.
I mean, they're gonna have a lot more armor too.
Mm-hmm. And
I
being
don't
the heavy
know.
hitter with the E4, right? Well, I don't know about that guy. Von. I am very curious what 1 HP's attack is going to be here. They got a lot of speed. Um, really interesting tanks. Let's see what happens. I'm excited.
Let's do it. Let's get it.
Get it done. Previous match
Yeah,
today,
let's
the
see.
A cap was the popular one to attack. That B cap seems really difficult to get a hold of there, just
I
because like
don't.
it's so open.
Yeah, I mean, there's just. I mean, yeah, you could put something in a bush, but it would be way easier to spot somebody and run them out. Just nowhere to go right there. I think
And
A
you don't have
cap is
really
going to be
far
the
to
play of the day.
Yeah, you don't have really far to back off to and find some place to hide, but sure enough, here we go up the hill.
All right, so they totally opposite of the first rounds we saw earlier today.
Now, again, one of the things we pointed out on this map is the caps are so far apart. You have to spread your defense, so you do have to commit down the K line with a few tanks to guard there. And Intel is huge on defense in terms of rotation.
All right, now Hellcat did get out there pretty far, pretty fast. He's going to find out there's nobody over there real quick. And what do you think? Do you think they just rotate back? I kind of feel like they're going to push the 1-2, try to get behind
Yeah,
them.
I think you have to. I think I'd take that medium and light tank, at least try to get a little pecky on the backside, try to get that Vanguard out of there.
All right, a couple shots coming down into the Shady Gnome. Pull
If
HE
you can
rounds
get a
out of a CS.
yeah, if you can get a medium over there in like Delta 6 on that ramp underneath the lake, that is a really annoying position, and would put everything up on the hill in a crossfire.
All right, Shady Gnome. Is he pushing onto the cap or is he just coming for lights?
There's some cap pressure. Is he lit though? Stopping, so he
He's
must
stopping,
not
so
be
he's
lit.
definitely not lit. He's gonna push up. Here comes Hellcat from the spawn, though.
Hellcat is out around the church there.
It looks like Gnome trying to pop up, move up, trying to get where he can light the Vanguard. I don't know if he can
All the
light him though.
mediums are now looking at the EVR. All of
Yep,
them
Hell
missed.
got lit. He's trying to. Okay, Vanguard did get lit. He is on the run. Wait, did he
EVR
get lit
takes
or
a
is he just
shot.
moving spots? I don't think he
No,
got lit. I
I
think he's just moving.
I think he's just running around. Yeah.
Oh, Hellcat takes a big shot. He's down to just under half health.
Could be a one for depending on who hits him. Cap is now
At
down to 30
32,
seconds.
yeah. Okay, he
Oh,
did get
he's
lit
lit.
right
He had
there.
to get, he had to
He
run and
did.
he
Yep.
took a hit. Oh,
Oh,
and he
big
got an
shot.
engine. He should go down.
Oh, the Dreadnought goes down. Two of the
Somehow
CSs came
Tornado
off the
survives.
hill though.
Yeah, and
They
they want
are
to chase.
pushing. Yep, they're gonna take out the CS and possibly Hellcat too. Good shot out of that 105. Oh, he. Oh,
Yes, goes down, and Hellcat is on the run.
oh. Now Paul may get taken out if the C4 gets loaded. Oh, he gets behind cover.
Yeah,
All right,
hit
DC
point
down two
advantage is
tanks.
definitely with 1 HP. DC's down some tanks and down some hit points, and they're bleeding still.
Oh, the
I gotta
Vanguard
hand
does
it,
go
those
down.
260s are doing an okay job, I guess, up there on that hill. That Kronvon is also a big pain in the butt up there. But here's the thing: they have nothing that they can throw on BCAP now for pressure.
No.
Um, not nothing sneaky, and you have to kind of push in and make this a fight. I do like how they've rotated Hellcat back and kind of just use him as rear side vision, protect that 101 hit points.
Oh,
That
the
chat
bat
just took
got
a shot.
one. He got one shot into the Chieftain, instantly got lit. Took
Oh,
two.
they
Oh,
took
he took
Hellcat.
Hellcat.
That's important now because now if this bat can
Yes.
get in behind this E4, it's
Yep.
E4, I am
As
Nexus is in
you're
big trouble.
as you said that, somebody was pinging about the K3, K4.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the bat's rotating that way. Oh, good
Oh,
shot by
nice
Nexus.
hit. This is just that's yeah, that's a game changer tank, but he just took a hit for 500, so now he's a two piece, depending on who's looking and where. And this bat is now loaded and is going to sneak around and try to put some pressure on this backside flank. He might even
Meanwhile,
be able to get that chieftain over there. He can
I'm
probably
not
clip either one of
sure.
these guys.
Ooh, who it's coming from? These Valors in the 279E. They have taken down one of the 260s to half health. A little under 738 left. That bat chat, if he is loaded, he may have shots into the back of the Chieftain
Or well, I think
or
the
the
E4 is
E4.
looking at him or trying to find him.
No, the E4 I
Here,
think is looking towards the hill. He's turning around right
oh, you're
now.
right. You're right. You're right.
But he does have a Valor coming in. Oh, did the 260 go down?
Oh, Chieftain went down.
Oh,
I think DC's in a bit of a pickle here. Led too much health, down too many tanks, and no map control whatsoever at this point.
I mean, they're still getting a good bleed into these tanks on the hill, though. These 260s are taking a lot of damage, but
E4 goes down. I am Nexus just
Oh,
got eviscerated. Now,
and the shots in for the baby bat.
yeah, 1 HP is just picking them apart now. We got a fire
Fire.
down to 2 tanks, 2 Valors left. Not enough HP, not enough DPM to do much here. I think they're just at a full push Valor up on Echo 0. Valor's a one shot.
Gets
Valor
that
goes
one last shot
down.
into the 63. Panda on his last stand back here.
He's trying, but
Oh, he's going to take the baby bat out right here. If he gets one more shot, he does
there he
take him
goes.
with him.
Nice shot. Little revenge, but wow. 1 HP. Taking the hill, baiting the cap, and just bleeding the heck out of DC.
They had a good strat right there.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Looking on that DC damage side, the Sleazy E putting up 2,400 there with Cleverly. EBR Hellcat, we saw him driving around, doing a lot of work there. 1,600 in terms of damage and about 1,000 assists. Panda, that last stand with his Valor, putting up 1377. Shady Gnome in his Chieftain doing 1207. We talked about Nexus, but it looked like he only got 1, 2 hits in maybe. Over on the 1 HP side, CS, wow. This Koza Nas, he did some real work, almost 5K in damage, 2 kills. Hunt in Bat Chat, talking about the Bat Chat being a good little replacement player, and we saw that for the full Bat Chat, picking up 2 kills, 2,600 in damage. Um, Mark in the 260, putting up almost 2K, picking up a hit, picking up a kill there, and everybody else coming in with some pretty good damage across the board. I really liked what 1 HP did. A great strat, executed it well. I definitely think the goal was to bait and bleed. And, they did it.
Yeah, well, swapped sides. Guys will get picked. Real quick while we have a second. For everybody watching or rewatching on YouTube, don't forget if you are not in the What Console competitive Discord, make sure you get in that Discord. Um, of course, Order 66 tournament is going on. It will go into playoffs on Sunday. So it is coming close to the end, but I believe in the first couple weeks of January, you've got Calamity and CTW both going to kick off. Calamity going to be NA and EU teams, and CTW is mostly EU based, but both of these events have their registration open.
Yep.
So,
So get your teams and get signed up, and let's keep this comp
yeah,
thing rolling.
get your teams. Which Order 66 is the first tournament with prizing. Um, CTW and Calamity will be the second and third events with prizing. So that's going to be awesome right there. And actually, the Latin League CLA is still ongoing also. So they will be back for a second season in the WCC at some point, I'm sure, in next year. Just wanted to shout those out because I just happened to see somebody register. AVG actually just registered for CCW right now. So
Oh, okay, nice.
that brought all of that up, which I'm sure as soon as Order 66 tournament ends, a lot more teams
And
are
you
going to
know,
be
the teams
jumping
start thinking
over.
about
And
what's next. What's
yeah,
next?
it's like, where are we going next?
Yeah. Boy, DC wants to bring that dreadnought again. I mean, I believe you. I know that thing can hit, but boy, if it gets caught out, it gets tore up pretty quickly, like it did in that last match.
Yeah, it can get pretty pretty bad for it, but I've seen teams really use it effectively.
HP looking very well. Gosh, they've leveled up with the Badger and bringing out the baby waffle. They got all sorts of stuff going on here. I like it.
They are set. I mean, they're keeping the speed, but they're also keeping a lot of hold down armor. I like it.
I do, and I like the combination of speed, which is boy, if you can play with speed in any of these tournaments with a little bit of precision, you're a deadly team.
Hey, Parko, welcome to the chat.
God knows I love myself some Type Fives here and there, but this team is
Whew.
built to move. A nice TD pick over there on the DC side, picking up that version 5. Good mobility, hard hitter, a little bit of turret armor to work with. Times 4. That's also another interesting pick. A little slow, but trolley armor for an attack tank.
From the 63s. Triple 63s.
Yeah, as we saw in the match earlier that we streamed today, those 63s are just they're a monster in a pack. Boy, ability to map rotate, good alpha, definitely workable turrets. Really like those tanks a lot.
Parko, no, you can run Artie in this tournament, but it
Mhm.
has to be a tier 8 and it counts as a tier 10 tank. So, I mean, Artie, you can run it, but at what cost? I mean, there are some tier 8 Arties that are going to hit, but do you sacrifice a tier 10 tank for an Artie?
Yeah, I think I saw maybe you streamed one where I saw maybe on Sand River where someone brought out the tier 8
Um,
already. Is that
it
it?
was Decoy versus Clutch. Clutch
Hmm.
brought out one on Malinovka,
Oh, Maravanka.
and
Okay.
I think Decoy did run one on Sand River.
I mean, I always think with Artie, you have to have some sort of strat that where you think the team's that hunker down and you can use it to a good effect. Could work on a map like this on defense. Punish.
I mean, it could.
I'd say more
Uh,
on offense, maybe more on offense because the teams sit back
the
and you kind of
only
know where they're going to sit.
the only map I've ever really liked Artie on has been Mine's defense.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Put that CGC in the back.
Oh yeah. Just lob those. Let's see what is going to break loose here. Oh, I have seen a middle push across the ice, heavies,
Have you?
but yeah, oh yeah. Got to do it quickly. Work right along that bottom ridge line of that ice and push up on that dip and put a lot of pressure on a team. But you got to
Well, it
have
looks
something up top to punish.
like Shady Gnome getting pretty aggressive with his spot, going straight across the field. These
Oh yeah.
260s just very quick, getting over to the ice.
And again, it's not a bad call. They're a good rotation tank. Um, they're going to be up
Uh,
against the bit here.
yep.
IS4, couple
Uh,
CSs, Dreadnought.
Now the
Not
Dreadnought
going to be
and
easy for them.
CSs look like they're rotating back out though. Dreadnought might be staying. He's kind of hovering there, but
Definitely
oh,
wanting to
there
see
you
is put.
go. Good shot
Yeah,
out of the Dreadnought.
they definitely have their forces kind of covering this A cap. They've committed really 2 TDs and 3 heavies. Yeah,
There we
want to
go. There
defend
are
this
just two
side.
Valors. They got Waffle in the back. Okay, so triple
Oh,
CS gonna
CSS,
take
you're
the
going up
hill.
the hill. Yep.
Yep.
I love those tanks, man. The rotation ability. If they could then pick apart maybe that Valor up top, that could be pretty interesting. Boy, yeah, they spread. Look how spread they are. You got tanks all the way in one end to the other end of the map right now. All right, let's see kind of farm these. Yeah, I think that IS-4 is just a bait now down there. He's just going to stay there and
Just
hold
hold
his
them.
mini tanks down there with the light tank while these CSs figure out what they can get done.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting some pings towards the B cap now. Not sure which team that's coming from, but
Definitely think they're trying to set up. DC wants to set up some pressure around this B cap here. They've rotated most of their tanks, almost all of their tanks, except for the IS-4 down there in H1.
yep, yep, yep. Now here comes the LT. He might be coming up to start trying to get a little pressure on, but oh,
Yeah,
the
oh, nice
Vanguard just gets
takedown.
triple tapped.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That was
Great
super
focus out
well
of those
executed.
63s.
Take out those eyes. You want to go play that back for your team. That's focus fire right there on a little team. Here we go. Shady to try to sneak on Cap. Use that same bush. Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. Look at him. Does he have a little dip there that he's working? Or yeah,
There
there
might be
is
a
a
little
little
hill there.
dip. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
He's facing backwards so he can get the hell out of there. I love it. He has the CS Overwatch with 3 guns. He has the Dreadnought, a Valor, and a. Okay, they're pushing the IS-4 down low. But again, they're spending a lot of energy with those 260s down there to get out an IS-4. And he's holding his own right now. He's
Yeah,
down
he's
to a
putting
2
in a
shot,
lot of damage.
but he's pulling 2 whole tanks out of the match. And he goes down. So now these 260s are going to be able to rotate. But I do like where this Kronvon's going. Is this Kronvon going to poke up, try to get a hold of where Shady Gnome is? Will he?
Now he should have shots if he can spot him without taking too much damage from the 63s.
Mm-hmm.
He is lit. He wants to poke it. Did he get him later? Or is he just moving? Think
I
gnome
think
just
Shady must have Spidey sense because he.
yeah.
I didn't
He's
know
just
if
like
that's a new thing on a tank. Oh, he takes a nice one popping up there.
good shot from Silbs.
Okay, so now you got to make bad pokes because it's under
Yeah, 15
15
seconds.
seconds.
Valor's got to do something here.
Shady is just moving around on that cap.
Okay, here comes the poke. Oh, he's getting punished for it, but he's got no choice. He shoots
He
Hellcat.
capped
He
it. He
doesn't shoot
capped
the
it. He
LT.
capped it. Oh my lord. Oh my goodness. Great job. EC. Wow. That was pretty impressive. Yeah, I like that a lot. They loaded up that bottom with that IS-4, showed the CSs with the light tank, left the IS-4 down there, re-rotated things up, put the pressure on the cap, and farmed them out as they were trying to get the resets. Just super, super good strat there out of DC. 1 HP. Good effort there, but just not quite enough. The OBJ 260s Mark, they're putting up almost 1600. His partner, uh, Trubot, putting up a kill in 800, but not much else to speak of. Things like the Kronvon and the Badger just really didn't deliver. A Baby Waffle didn't really get those tanks working for him. Over on the DC side, Panda in his CS putting up 2251. That IS4 only 1145. But let's take a look at the block. Yep, there it is, 1800 blocking. So eating shots and causing problems like IS4s do. Um, Looks like the version 5 IM Nexus put in a good round or two there. Other CSs in the 800s, but really good job. But I'd also give my MVP though, Shady Gnome. That LT and just knowing the undulations and understanding that cap and where pressure was going to come, he just made little micro movements on that cap. Really super stuff.
Great job. All right, well, we're all tied up. Going to Proc.
I'm going to be curious to see if the teams kind of stay with their standard lineups that they kind of ran on that last map, or did they change it up a little bit here?
I don't know. I feel like
I think the CSs for sure. You keep
I
those,
mean,
right?
I think you keep the CSs, Valors. I think you trade out the 260s though.
Yeah, I just unless you're doing like a quick one line push, maybe I don't know. We'll find out here shortly.
Oh, back to live coming in, running the T28 at tier 4.
I'm gonna say that's a heck of a pick right there, and he's gone. That would be quite funny to watch. All right, let's see what we got here.
Tanks coming back up, kind of slow.
I think we were spoiled with our last match. Those teams like just fired their tanks up barely before we could get back into the garage and switch things around. They were like throwing them up and no messing around.
I mean, some teams they get ready, like they're just ready super quick, and
Well, yeah, and they well and as I say, that Cobra T54. I'm ready to see
that I
that.
love that tank.
I love it too. Such a dirty tank.
That
Filthy.
that may be one of the best tanks they've released in a long time.
I agree. I agree.
I'm actually kind of shocked we haven't seen it played more.
Yeah, me too. It's so good. It is really good. It has, that burst damage, alpha on it. Get up, get going. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, both the Cobras at tier 9 are kind of a little bit of meme tanks.
Yeah, I don't like the British Cobra. I don't know.
The medium, yeah. It's a little
Yeah, it
slow.
just
It needs a buff on its speed. It just can't get it, and that 45-second reload or whatever it is
yeah, the
just a
reloads just like
nightmare.
kills you.
Hmm Well, yeah, because if you overextend and you can't get away, you're basically dead. Not anything you could do. No armor, whatever. All right, looks like we're getting close here. Kind of what you'd expect on a proc map. Pull down British tanks, lots of chieftains and valors. Do anchor tanks like an IS-7. Things you would expect. Looks pretty meta right now.
Yep. DC loving that dreadnought.
I know they are determined to make that dreadnought work.
There's the Stroud, there's the TD.
Okay,
But I need one more tank. One more.
there it is. Bring that version 5. Well, probably to see that STRV up on the bridge back there at A6. Probably stick the IS-7 underneath, and let's see what else.
Oh, wait a minute,
Where
wait a
they
minute.
extend.
DC got one too many tanks now.
There we go.
All right,
Get it rolling here, kids.
let's do it. I'm interested in watching this Cobra. See
Mm-hmm.
how it
Mm-hmm.
handles proc.
I like that little turbo mode on it too. Yeah.
I always forget to use it.
I know, right? Because you're so used to just playing
I'm
regular heavy tank, and
yeah.
it
I'm
goes
not
kind of
used to
fast
it
enough,
having
like a
turbo
tier 9
mode.
heavy. Like, oh, okay, it's fine. Oh, Cobra turbo mode.
Like I start the match and I'll get to where I'm like, oh wait a minute, I have turbo, and then I stop
I
and
could be using this. Yes.
oh, I liked it too. I think Gambit Bishaw put out a video on it, and I think either I don't remember if it was in the title or in the description. He's like, I keep forgetting about turbo mode, and I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
there's
Well, because you just again, it's hard to think about it with a heavy tank. It's not like I don't know. It's like your brain isn't wired to respond to it. All right. Let's get the first initial read out of 1 HP and where they're going to take this pain train. Looks like they're moving over
it looks like
towards
they're
that one
going
line.
one. Yep. Let's see. It looks like DC gonna split a little bit. Yep. Strav going tracks. Looks
Send the
like
Valors
the
to the bowl.
268 going one.
Both playing kind of meta strats here at this point. It's all about execution and intel.
Oh,
That
CS
is
taking a
always the
shot
key.
at Tails. Now, I wish we knew. I wish we knew. Some of those guys did get spotted, but I wish I knew
Had to.
how many of them got spotted by Hills. Like, do they know they're all over there?
Let's see. Both the Valors are going to pull up on the edge of the bowl. They're not going to push into it until they know or get up. It looks like they might try to push 3 Valors into the
They,
bowl.
ooh,
Oh,
next getting
Nexus is
just
taking some
focused
shots
out.
there. Oh, look at this. The CS is doing a speed push on the IS-7 down the one line. Great idea there. That's old school right there.
Tracking. Ooh, next goes down to a
Valors have gone
one.
into the bowl. But rear side rotation coming. Look at
Now,
the EBR in the
Doctor
back.
Doctor Manhattan and the Valor here, they need to be careful. They are going to get side shots. Panda is behind them along with Hellcat.
Yep, and their Hellcat just put in 2 shots into Turbo Ted down there.
All right, looks like
And now he
the
just put
Valor
one in Dr.
Dash going to go
Manhattan.
down. Next down.
They just need to push over. Yeah, they just need to push over. Get the IS-7 on the cap.
Yep, yep. Here comes the cap pressure.
DC has lost too many tanks. They lost, down 4 tanks. They're in trouble.
All right, looks like I
Weren't
seven just
able to
drove
finish.
past. They did get the
They
Vanguard
weren't.
back on.
It would have been one thing if they were able to get those 2 Valors out, but they just weren't. They didn't have big enough guns to do it, and enough time. Now you just got the full-on kill all called here.
Oh, Valor
There
does
goes
go down to Hellcat.
a 7. Panda just took another big hit. He's a one-shot now in his CS. He goes down. Ain't much left of anything. Little EBR running around.
I think it's just going to be like so hard to hit.
I think even for good drivers, it's such a squirrely tank. What does he have? 3 marks on it? He knows what he's doing in
Oh
that
yeah.
thing. I mean, when you got an EBR running circles around
A
the
Vanguard.
Vanguard, it tells you everything you need to know, right? Oh my goodness. All right, so what's our score right now?
1 HP is up 2-1.
2-1. 2-1 going into our 4th game on Proc. I was looking over here on DC. The EBR Hellcat had the best game for their side, even though it was in a losing effort. He put up almost 3K, picked up a kill, so he was doing work. The Double Dash there in his Valor putting up 2K. Panda in his CS putting up almost another 2K there. The STRV in the back doing about 1677. But over on the winner side, the 1 HP, boy, uh, really great damage spread when you look across that top group. Couple kills there with La Cosa, putting up almost 2,900. The Valor, um, all putting up 2,600, and the IS-7 putting up 2,200, picking up a couple kills. Houghton in his CS, 2 kills, 2Ks, so just good stuff. And even the Cobra got involved, putting up 1864 with Garfield.
After that
Too
also, I
shabby.
completely lost track of the Cobra. Didn't even realize where he
Because they
was.
were kind of playing it back a little bit. It was not a frontliner, so we were watching all that action with those the Valors and CSs, and be a kind of a sleepy tank in a match like this.
It looks like DC picking up pretty quick. That is one thing I wish they would get fixed. They had to open the room. As soon as they did, the map just goes to random.
Yep, every time.
I was about to say, 1 HP having a strong K. I don't know if that guy's with.
Eh, I might be a little limited on tank selection. I don't know.
I don't know. They did ask for the room, but I mean, a rando could have got in here. I don't know if they're on their roster or not. I guess we'll find out if they get kicked. Yeah, they got kicked.
All right, let's see what's going on now here. Oh, that's an interesting pick with the 263 out of 1 HP. They are in defense, and if you can hide that lower plate, that thing is a trolley tank. Also
I
going with the
mean,
sleazy E. Good defensive tanks. See if they work out for them.
if they get the 263, maybe over on the one, that little hill in the back, it could work out.
Mm-hmm. There's places for it. The sleazy E is just always kind of like either a hit or a miss. Doesn't have a hell of a lot of pin. The alpha's okay. The gun handling is Sovietish. it's no, it's not a tank you see a lot of comp teams pick.
And the Tier 9 Waff.
Here we go. That's definitely going up on the tracks. I'm assuming that'd probably be the best spot for that
Yeah,
tank.
yeah, I would definitely say Waffle on tracks. And 263, maybe A2, A1, A2 back there, maybe.
Let's see, well, DC needs to kick it into gear here and put on a good show. So let's see what they're going to do.
I mean, they do have the double I-7, 63s. They could do a one-line push.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Push the chieftains to the bulls and the 63s pushing the IS-7s down. I don't know what you do with the dreadnought, but see.
Yep, looks like 263 going
Here we
over to
go.
the
And they're
1-2.
to go turbo mode. They're to pick up those IS-7s and then kick them into high gear. Both teams kind of using very similar tactic. This tactic goes way back. Back in the day, we used to push the IS-3s when we were running Tier 8s.
Oh, then was it E50s pushing the
Yeah,
STIs?
yep, exactly. The STIs. They would do the same. Everybody's been doing the same thing on this map for many years. Different versions of the same.
Yeah, now light tank for Sir Tornado across the tracks. I don't know if any of these guys over on the one got lit.
Shot in the
Good
Valor
shot
by
by, yep.
Gnome. Yeah. Chieftains are to kind of
263,
hold.
263's pushing up. He's about to get a rude awakening right here.
Oh, IS-7 track, but both of them just took those shots in stride. So the question is, how fast can you clear out these tanks right now? And tracking shot, he repaired it, put in a nice lick on the IS-7. IS-7's going to get to the side. You got to take out the TD. The TD is the biggest threat. Boom,
Yep,
nice
yep.
focus fire. Now they got to get the sleazy E down quickly. Ammo racked, taking all sorts of damage. Ammo racked again. Oh, he has to be hating his life. Down to a one shot, but still bouncing some shots. 28 hit points. Boom. Great execution. What's going on over here?
DC up 2 tanks, and now they have farm into the back of these heavies.
Ooh,
Valor's just
yeah.
pushing into the bowl to try to
Yeah.
save their life.
Oh, another Valor
Oh,
down. Wow.
that was really good focus.
EC is coming out.
All right, I-7 get focused next.
Yeah.
Oh, he just caught up on that hill tracks.
It's just a total onslaught by DC in this match. Aggression and focus fire on point.
Shots.
IS-7 down. Woo.
Now the Vanguard isn't back. He could clip out the Chieftain here. Oh, second shot
Fire.
bounces.
Oh, that waffle lasted for half a second. Of
All right.
course, everybody knows where the waffle is, so every gun in the game is
Yeah.
pre-aimed in that location. So I won't chalk that up to awesome focus fire, but boy, it was deleted pretty fast. Now they just got to get rid of this Vanguard. Maybe Mr. Tornado goes in and tries to take out the chieftain, tracks him.
Ooh,
Oh, and boom. Wow. DC brought it. I mean, they brought it on that match. Wow. Over there on the 1 HP side, boy, nobody could break 2K. You have Turbo Ted there in his Valor with 1788. Garfield in his Baby Waffle with almost 1700. And then the 263 with Omelo putting up just over a K. Nobody else breaking that 1K mark. But boy, if you go over there on that DC side, Panda at the top in his CS putting up 4K plus and 3 kills. Showing off. Save some of that, kid. JP and his Chieftain 3K with 1,400 assists. Um, Lateral Mass in his IS-7 putting up 2,400, picking up 2 kills. Hellcat in his 63, 2 kills, 2K. Wow, that is a way to do it. A little curious about what those IS-7s, that first IS-7 by Lateral Mass blocked 1440. The other one blocked only 510. It's a little curious how much damage they took out down the way. All right.
All right, let's
We
go
got
to
a good match going. We're going to Vineyards
Vineyards.
next.
I believe
Vineyards.
so.
As we saw earlier today, that's another weird one, man. Those caps are couldn't be further apart. I don't know if there's caps further apart on any other map in World of Tanks.
Um, I don't even know.
I haven't gotten my ruler out and measured, but boy,
I mean,
I counted 6 grid squares in between the caps.
maybe a Cold War map if they have the
Maybe,
NBA
yeah.
variant. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looks like 1 HP bringing the Cobra back here.
Turn of the Cobra. So for offense, I mean, it looks pretty much like you pick one cap or the other and push towards that cap, whether you do a slow bleed or it's just go time. It seems like strat defense is a difficult one on this map. Just as you'll see, you're really spread between those caps. You have that big dip with the broken bridge running through the middle. It's hard to get through that terrain quickly. There's not only houses, but there's like a little ridge line, like a planter or something that your tank always gets stuck on, and then you got to work up. So it's hard to make that move back and forth on defense. Definitely think offense has the advantage on this map, which means give a slight advantage to HP. But boy, after that showing from DC on that last map, I would say aggression is their key.
Uh, he took it down, but Sir Tornado had the Hot Wheels tank picked up, the 300 autoloader lot tank.
Oh yeah.
I think maybe that was an accidental pick.
Yeah, it's all right.
So chat asking why DC is ran the Dreadnought every game. Um, I don't know. Maybe
I
they
think,
just like that HE. Maybe the splash come out of it.
yeah, and who knows? I mean, I haven't really zoomed in on that tank. Maybe this is like a 3 mark player, and it's his jam, and he makes it work. I don't know. But I was thinking the same thing when it was picked. You said you've seen some of those. Oh, I think they are putting up that Trailblazer.
Oh yeah,
I
they
see a
brought it
Hot
back
Wheels
up.
tank. Hot Wheels in the
I
house.
mean, would you run that over a Vanguard though?
No, never. But again, maybe that's that person's jam. I don't know.
Yep, there's the Dreadnought back.
I'm gonna be disappointed if they don't run a Dreadnought in one of these matches. New expectation. So pretty both team's not doing anything crazy in terms of lineups. You got your hull down tanks, your chieftains, your valors. Bring in some light tanks. Definitely think the light tank advantage would go to Shady Gnome in that LT over the Trailblazer.
Oh yes.
Um,
All right, let's see what happens. So DC on defense. All right, let's see what 1 HP does on attack here.
as you can see, these caps just light years apart from each other. and just, if you scope in and look at that terrain between trying to get to each of them, it is not a quick traverse.
Now, I know we talked about it a little bit, but are the buildings on the cap at B? Are they destructible?
They are all destructible. I know that because I have practiced on this map before, and I would send a tank and I would smash all of those
Yeah.
buildings ASAP, and that would be that person's job, just because then there's no cover on that cap. A
Yep.
very easy reset cap. You could play your defense back a little bit further back up on that little hill and look for resets.
So looks like the Chieftains Valor, they're gonna wrap around further around to push for A, but a lot of these tanks just coming straight down the center of the map.
And there's a little dip there. That road is sunken down just a little bit. Is that the plan, or they did a cut over at the last moment?
I think they're just cutting over a little bit. Now Shady Gnome down to about half health. The Cobra gets tracked out in the open. He may go down here for this.
Oh yeah, LT is in trouble too. He's a one shot.
Oh yeah, Cobra is gonna go. He's down to. He does go down. Shady Gnome also goes down.
Yep.
Now Pomelo needs to just back off. Good shot coming in from that Dreadnought. The
Yeah.
Valor in the back takes a double tap. Or oh no, that was an E4 shot.
Yep. I like this defense that they've set up here. DC has a really good
They do.
overlapping fields of fire. I don't think 1 HP realizes all the angles they're getting hit from right now.
All right, now a little bit of a push into the center of the building right there. Hellcat probably going to go down, but they take Dr. Manhattan out.
Yeah, but they've lost 3 tanks on the 1
Ooh.
HP side,
I mean,
2
they
tanks
took
on
Hellcat
the
out,
DC.
but that Chieftain and the Valor both taking. Oh, both going
Oh,
down.
Dreadnought just delivered a punch. Little bit of
No, I
cap pressure.
think we're seeing why they bring that Dreadnought out here.
Yeah. Will he get one more shot in? The Dreadnought. Looks like they're trying to take him out. He has to go down. But
Oh, another
1
bomb by the
HP
E4.
is they've lost too many tanks and too much health. Valor's a one shot now, misses Sir Tornado, and the Chieftain now is all that's left. So just wow, just a really nice defensive setup there. By DC. DC is just wow. Between this game and the last game, they are just on a tear right now. Very impressive victory right there. Over on that 1 HP side, the Chieftains putting some work in. They were up there on that front line trying to work that little attack into that Abbey little central square there, putting up 22-15 was La Cosa and his Chieftain and his battle buddy picking up a kill and 2K. Trailblazer was able to do some damage there, putting up 14-29 with Powell. And then after that, it just drops off real quick. But over on that DC side, look at that damage, especially with those first 4 tanks. Cleverly in his E4, putting up 33-22, making that gun hum. I am Nexus in the version 5, putting up also another 3K, picking up a kill. And then Dead O Kingpin putting in his Chieftain another 3K. So you got 3 tanks putting up 3K, picking up some kills there. Loving it. And look at that dreadnought. Someone was asking, why the dreadnought? There you go. 2K, 1 kill, tier 8 tank, or no, tier 7 tank, excuse me, fighting against tier 10s. 2K. Lateral
I
mass.
mean,
Dreadnought. Shout out. He
he
is
did his job
verified
that
and
round.
he did his job. All right. There he is. The dreadnought's already back up again.
Oh yeah, you know he's hyped
Yeah.
after that last kill.
After that, he's like, see, I told you.
All right, so back with the Trailblazer.
And you know what? The Trailblazer did great. What he put up almost 1,500 in that Trailblazer last map. A part of it is Shady Gnome just got caught out in that LT and they ripped him apart in 2 seconds.
They did. I
Got
think
to be
he. I don't think they
careful
were.
out there in that field. Well, that center push, I think, is what caught
Yeah,
him off
yeah,
guard.
yeah. They weren't expecting him to be right there in the center. Um,
Well, I
I
think right
don't
now the
know.
momentum is definitely on DC side. Um,
Oh, the Stern.
1 HP, if shown they're capable, um, but they're going to have to tighten up here on defense. Um, I expect DC to be very aggressive. Oh, the Sturm, filthy tank. Um, I expect them to be aggressive, use their speed, use their focus fire, and just clean out a side. Few chieftains, few valors on each side, as you would expect. Tanks just do so well on maps like this. Don't really need the mediums in too much vision when you're playing defense. Got to have tanks that can make those rotations, and everything they have for the most part can rotate pretty well.
I'm just waiting on one more from 1 HP. And looks like a second CS. I wouldn't hate to see a straw or something come out right there either, though.
No,
Now let's see how DC attacks. I think this is the most awkward spread we've seen today. It's been mostly 4-4, but now we're
but
getting a
yeah, just
3
seeing,
on one side.
and depending, and yeah, I also think you need to have a little bit of flexibility because what if you have a tank that's supposed to be like, all those tanks are supposed to be on the other side, right? Over on the B cap, and
Exactly.
vice versa. You're kind of like, now you're spending the first 2 minutes of the map just trying to get into position while the other team has already figured it out where they're going.
Getting pings over on the 8-9.
Yep, we're looking probably at a B cap push here.
B-cap push, and it looks like all of 1 HP is leaving the B-cap.
Oh boy. I expected to set the Sturm up here, the Sturm Tiger up here in this little house on that hill. Watch out, holy moly, when that thing fires.
The HP leaving one lone Vanguard
Oh my
back
goodness.
at B.
Again, all those houses are standing up, so this is going to be rough. There.
It looks like the Vanguard started shooting them down.
Oh yeah, he is.
Look at Blaze. He's out here. It looks like he's traded with the LT a little bit.
He'd take a shot, but he's still doing pretty good. He got great intel because he knows that pretty certain that nothing really is coming down the 1, 2, 3 at him,
Right.
except for that rock that he just ran into. But other than that, I think he's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, Hellcat is over there. He's hidden. They're not going to spot him unless he goes way out, too.
Yeah, because he's behind the house,
All right, LT
and I
over here
think he's just
flirting.
there. He's there as a rear guard. He's just there to make sure that they don't wrap the backside.
All right, here comes the LT with cap pressure. Now, good little rotate. They got the Kron, they got the 54 back over to B somewhat quickly.
Yeah, it doesn't take a ton of tanks to reset it. I do think you need to play back. You need to really force them to come down, take those shots as they try to get down the dip, and then take those shots as they're trying to get out of that dip where the railroad track runs.
Okay, Gnome coming back up, getting behind the buildings.
Now, again, if you listen to me and Beaver, those houses wouldn't be there and they wouldn't have to shoot. Shady No repositioning to a different building. Oh, he takes a
Okay,
shot. Had to definitely
I think that was the
spend a repair
Dreadnought.
cut. Was it the Dreadnought?
I think
Awesome.
that was the Dreadnought. All right, they did get Shady Gnome lit. LT went down to a one shot. He is
Hmm.
running.
Nice shots, nice trades right now. I'm pretty impressed with what 1HP's doing. They thwarted the initial
Oh, the
pressure. They
Dreadnought
got
is
Gnome down
down.
to a 1. They took down the Dreadnought. Oh, but down goes the Trailblazer. But again, where Hellcat is at, or Hellcat, there's not really anything going on out there. It's kind of sitting there. Honestly, I'd be telling my team, you better not poke right now. No cap pressure. There's no push. Check those hit points.
Just waiting for that Sturm to rip somebody. Oh,
I
Blaze
yeah,
goes
I've
down.
been kind of watching that too. It's like, when's he going there? Now here's a little interesting rotation. They're using the speed of the Cobra T-54 now to traverse that middle and get back to the other side of the map. It must be feeling that there's going to be some sort of pressure over there on that A cap.
Sorry.
And I think they feel pretty confident that these three really full health heavies, for the most part, can hold it, can hold the B cap. Again, what are you going to do? You got these tanks that are hull down. They got good cover. Just don't eat that Sturm shot. So they're definitely
So,
grouping up. They're tightening up that group up. Here comes the Sturms joining the heavies. So I'm expecting a push down into the dip here in a minute. Clock has to be ticking pretty hard, right? And look, they're
um,
re-rotating everything else. So here comes
yep.
Shady Gnome. Here comes Hellcat. They're definitely grouping
Ooh,
for the push.
big shots into that T95 down to less than half health. We are just
Mm-hmm.
under 5 minutes according to my timer.
Gotcha, gotcha. So we're going to see a straight 9-line push here any second. DSs are getting geared up here. I mean, it's just a matter of calling it, right?
Yep.
would
Looks
tell
like.
Turbo Ted. Turbo Ted just needs to back up, use his gun depression, keep your gun in the game. Here comes one of the CSs down into the dip. Still no cap pressure, but the thing is,
I mean, there's nowhere for them to
one
go on
H,
the cap now. They've got all the buildings down finally.
yeah,
It's like Dr.
but one
Manhattan
H,
falling
but
down.
they have an overmatch, but they're not aware of the overmatch that they have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like if they pushed everything, there's no way those two Valors. Don't get me wrong, they'd put some damage in, but they'd clean up those Valors in a second.
Yep. Alright, it looks like both CSs are up. It looks like the heavies are gonna get ready to move. Now, what? One, two, three, four, five. Almost five full health tank setting back at A. Alright, here comes the heavies.
And the Sturm Tigers that sit in the back and just wait for someone to poke. Someone make a bad decision.
Looks like one of the meds from 1 HP already rotating back. The CS on his way.
You
Alright,
almost
here
want to
comes the
set
cap
up a
pressure.
little crossfire around that kind of like that H8 position. If he
Alright,
comes
good
up in
move right here.
there, they're going to push him. They're going to push. They're try to get Turbo Ted out. Turbo Ted's down to a 1. Turbo Ted goes down. Cap pressure's going. Dr.
They're all the
Manhattan
way across.
slaps in a good
Yep, they're
one.
just fully pushing right here.
See, they're just like, you can't make the road. We can rotate quicker than you can rotate.
Yep,
That's the
yep.
gamble, and they'll leave the light tank on the cap. Yeah.
Alright, they're gonna full push Dr. Manhattan. Got about 220 left in the match. Alright, Dr. Manhattan's gonna
Manhattan
go
takes a
down
good
here.
hit. DC is turning up the aggression to 11 right now. They are pushing Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan is down. Gnome goes down. There is no cap pressure right now.
Oh,
But
big shot
boy,
from the Sturm into the Kron.
he
I
got
don't even know.
barbecued right there.
Oh,
This might be it for 1 HP. Cobra goes down.
Pomelo down to a one shot. CS is just pushing in now.
Again, I really think that part of this loss was because they lost vision. Once they lost vision, they didn't realize that they needed to make those rotations. Once the push came, they could not get those tanks in the battle quick enough, and they lost too many big guns. DC taking it. That 3 games in a row by DC?
Yeah, they came back, took all three, yeah. Proc, and then both games on
Wow.
this.
Well, congratulations to DC. They were just in it to win it. The Cobra T-54, Garfield was the best tank on the 1 HP side, putting up almost 1,800. The CS putting up 1754, and Dr. Manhattan and his Valor putting up 1695, along with the Kronbon, almost 1600. But over on the other side, Hellcat, who was a pretty awesome player throughout this match, 2 kills, 4K. Stern Tiger, boy, that nice fire, that did a lot to push up his points there with 3800 and a kill. The CS in Panda, 2K even with 2 kills, and the Chieftain with Sybilis putting up 19, picking up 2 kills. So great job to DC and 1 HP. Boy, they fought well. Uh, Nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh yeah, they definitely made DC fight for it. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for us today. Thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out, and we will catch you guys next time.